James Bell of the Boxing Source here with another video. And this video here is to talk about the topic of the third fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder for the WBC and Ring Magazine Heavyweight Championships. Seems like one of the promoters for this particular fight has put in some words in reference to when this fight might happen. Now, we know what went down as far as like the second fight, February 22nd, 2020, MGM Grand Garden Arena, where Tyson Fury was able to defeat Deontay Wilder by a 7th round stoppage to win the WBC and get the Ring Magazine Heavyweight Championships. And Deontay Wilder, suffering the first loss of his professional career, says that, I'm going to invoke my rematch clause and see if I could win back, what does he call it? Sophia. And remember the video he's talking about, hey, my fans, your king is here. So, we have that particular fight that was originally going to be scheduled for July 18th in Las Vegas, had been postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Now they had offered a backup plan of October 3rd, but it seems like now that's not even a valid date. And Bob Arum had spoke to BoxingScene.com in an interview, and he says, I talked to Tyson Fury on Sunday and told him the earliest I thought the fight could happen is November. Who knows even about November? Right? He says, obviously we cannot do Fury and Wilder without an audience. If you are going to do it with an audience, are people going to be willing to get on a plane and come to Las Vegas? So many other fans come from the UK. A lot of that has to be taken into account. Maybe it doesn't happen until next year. Okay, that was fairly bad. I gotta work on that. Alright. Just face it, it's just not gonna happen this year. You just gotta take that and move on. Alright, whatever. For some, they felt that this particular fight wouldn't happen until next year due to the effects of this whole thing with COVID-19 and how it affects the sport of boxing, as boxing is a spectator sport, one of the biggest spectator sports that's out there. And given that the second fight on February 22nd had a gate that broke records for a heavyweight fight, they don't want to lose that much money off the gate to just have a fight where it's just them and the media and, a few members of close family and that type of stuff. No, they don't want to lose that money. No. Even if they would have it on pay-per-view, it's not like the amount of increased buyers possibly for that pay-per-view would be able to, nullify what they would lose from the gate. So, with that being said, Bob Arum says that most likely the fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder may not take place until next year. But even with that, I kind of find it, not very surprising either, given that recent comments from the former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder said that he had an injury during the second fight and that he would not be in a condition to even do any type of workouts or physical workouts until, basically the end of May, if I'm not mistaken. So by the time it's June, that's when he could start doing workouts and that type of thing. And then from June, July, August, September, you would have that 8-week proverbial training camp there for Deontay Wilder. So it would be August, September into early October, and then only just getting back from your injury, from surgery or whatever it was, in what was that, a couple of months ago or so, and now you're pretty much going through rehab right now, and you won't be fully out of that until the end of May. That's going to make it even tougher for him to try to fully prepare to fight Tyson Fury if the fight was scheduled for October 3rd. So that's another factor that you have in reference to this particular fight being pushed back. So, one, you're not going to have a fight of that magnitude not be in front of, over 10,000 fans or so. That's number one. And number two, you're not going to have it in the position where Deontay Wilder is not at full strength to prepare for a fight against Tyson Fury. So, while it is most likely one of the biggest fights that you could have in the sport of boxing, you're not going to pretty much have it this year. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets pushed to next year. And if it does, then you might have it around that, same particular date range that it was for this year, February 22nd. So it may be February 2021, which, as I would say, would be very interesting, because that would mean that a certain fighter that is a mandatory contender wouldn't be able to have their shot at the WBC championship when they ordered for that person to actually fight for the WBC championship. That's what I got in reference to this particular topic. You can subscribe to the Boxing Source here on YouTube, or catch the Boxing Source radio show live Sunday 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Blog Talk Radio, or catch the podcast on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. On that note, folks, I'm out. Peace.